Hey there, Uniwarriors, EnnuiGoblin here once again, and I've had a lot of requests to keep doing the Battleground series where I cast my thoughts as I play my own games, and as much as I enjoy making them, they can be really tedious to make. They can take a lot of time just to go round after round after round after round on the same game. I would like to do more installments in that series, but something I wanted to try was, instead of doing full games, I thought I'd do a series of shorter videos that I might be able to upload a little bit more frequently here and there of different single-round tactical situations that I find in my regular games that I thought might be interesting and that you guys might want to share with me. So I'd like to share this game with you guys. It's a TvK game that I've been playing against just a random opponent on the ranked ladder. And just a little pre-warning, the Titans, they're not really my main race at all. I stick with crawls. Sometimes I'll go sap if the option is something that looks good for the map. And the only time I really regularly play Titans is if maybe a tournament is coming up, and then I try to play with all three races because you want to stay on your toes. But that being said, I'm not in the best of positions here, and I thought I'd talk about how you can use an aggressive base capture to counter being behind in position, or being behind in material, as I am here. I'm down about 650 right now in material, which is not the way you want to be playing as Titan against Crawl. You definitely want to at least be even in your material at this kind of matchup on a map like this. And I was trying to look at my options, and I thought a lot about, at first I thought maybe my best bet was to get these three units and pretty much all the units I have in the center to try and push back behind this mountain line, this mountain tile, get around the healing, and then form a defensive perimeter and see if I can use another walker to push back these charging pinzers. But the outlook on that is pretty bleak. I don't know if that would work very well. I mean, I guess there's a percentage of a chance. But then I realized there's actually a base capture threat in this map that really makes it difficult for him to react, because it puts pressure on a couple of different places when you do things like that. So let me get started with, I had this assimilator built about a turn or two ago to try and heal up some plasma tanks that I had, but he managed to bring out this worm and counter my tanks, and I couldn't get to the worm because he made this really great defensive line with his pincers, and it made it very difficult. I did manage to get a 5-shot on it eventually, but not before my plasma tanks were gone. So I lost a plasma tank and another speed. I think I lost a plasma tank and a speeder last turn, and it cost me a lot of credits in the count. So but the benefit of having this assimilator is I have a fantastic UV with it, and this UV is going to hit this pinzer, this pinzer, this pinzer, and this worm. And I think you're going to see how weakening that really opens up that position for me in just a second. One thing to be aware of, there is a buried Ling at this position ready to pounce on my walker, and I don't mind if my walker takes some damage, but I can't let it get killed next turn. So I'm going to take one of my weaker speeders here and put it at that position. Opt not to attack and just make him, just keep him there as a shield. And this pinzer, though he's at full health right now, he'll be at a 9 once I run the UV. In fact, let me do that right now. I'll detonate the UV. Now all these pinzers are weakened a little bit, and he'll be able to do a lot of damage to that speeder, but he won't be able to eliminate it. The underling won't be able to pop up, and the walker is going to be protected from both the underling and the pinzer here. This pinzer I can't stop, and he'll probably get a 7, anywhere between a 6 and an 8 shot on my walker next turn, but I'm willing to trade that walker health for the capture on the next turn, and I can move the walker away later outside the pinzer range and heal him up a second time with this assimilator, so I'm not too worried about him losing health, as long as he doesn't get destroyed. Now that the UV's gone off, I can start to do some real damage against this pinzer. This pinzer has to go so that he opens up this position, and I can use my walker to get a 3-shot on him, and then take my 10 speed, my full health speeder, and with the gang up I'm able to eliminate him. That was a really nice gang up. I'm glad it was a 2-shot. It could have been a 1-shot, so I got a little lucky with the roll. And now I can put that 9 health speeder up against this worm, and even though there is this infector to go for the heal on this worm, this 9 health, that's a lot of pressure on this worm from this 9 health speeder, because that 9 health speeder can do quite a significant amount of damage. I think he's healthy enough to eliminate him right now. With the heal, he'll probably get like a +4, maybe a +5. But even so, there's a lot of damage pressure just from here. But we're not done yet. Now I want to take the 8 health speeder, and now I go for the cap. And the reason I put the 8 health speeder in the back is so that none of these pinzers... I want the full health... I want the more health speeders out in front forming the wall, and then the lower health speeder in the back on the actual base where it can't be attacked. Then I can make the wall off with this 10 health speeder. And this is where the teleport ability becomes so handy. I can send both of my mechas. I built 2 mechas last turn in preparation for a possibility like this, and now I can send them up onto that mountain tile and threaten the base capture for not next turn, but the turn after. But I think I can handle 2 turns with this position. He doesn't have the Uniforce. He does have these. Neither of these 2 underlings are able to get any position, or at least they can't get an attack on my speeders next turn, so they're out for the damage output. They can't. This Swarmer might be able to get like a 3 shot on the one in the back, or a 2 or 3 shot on one of these speeders here, but I'm not too worried about that. And then this worm really has to heal if he doesn't want to be eliminated, and none of these pinzers can get to it, so I don't think he has what he needs to block it. He does have a buried ling at this position, but that's the beauty of having 2 mechas. I can just send him over here. And then when he moves that ling to over here to try and get a sneak attack, he can't hit both of them, and I can just adjust by taking this speeder and moving it on top, or building another speeder. And actually, what I should just do is build a second speeder here. And I wonder, the question is, do I go for another speeder, or do I go for 2 more? Do I go for 3 mechas, or do I go for a speeder and a mecha? I think another speeder is really important. The speeders are going to be able to get into the center so quickly, and they offer a lot more firepower than the mechas. And then I can keep another mecha here in case I need to port a second one in, or if I need some support on this walker as a meat shield. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this turn. So I'm really into... I hope this was fun to watch. I'm going to try and make some of these shorter videos here and there in between larger videos. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. And until then, this is EnnuiGoblin, signing off.